Hey guys, welcome back to episode 2 of my van conversion, the Chevy G30. So in today's episode, we're going to work on the inside floor, that little corrosion rust that it has on the paint from some liquid spill in the past. I don't know. I've been assessing the process yesterday, the place yesterday, and it's not that bad. It had no holes or whatsoever. It's just the paint's coming up, so I'm gonna treat it. I'm gonna scrape it, I'm gonna sand it, I'm gonna wash it out, and I'm gonna paint it with primer and protect it for, at least with the process I'm gonna do, at least gonna hold up for 10-12 years, I hope. You know, so, and then we're gonna take it out to wash it, and I think that was said for episode 2. You know, we're just gonna treat the floor. I'm not so concerned in doing an excellent professional job in the inside floor because, like I mentioned before, then I'm gonna put insulation at the bottom and I'm gonna put the subflooring on top. Same as the wall, I'm gonna put insulation in the wall and I'm gonna put the wall panels in the roof. So as long as it is protected and worked, and all the rust is out, it will be just perfect, just fine. And after that, we're gonna take the van to the body shop to have an estimate and repaint the whole van the color that I wanted. So today is gonna be a couple hours work. I'm not gonna film for the 2 hours of 3 hours that I'm gonna be working. I'm just going to name all the products that I'm gonna use and the process that I'm gonna, go through just to be able to clean all that up. So just I wanna make a clarification, and none of the product that you'll see in this video sponsored this video. I'm not getting paid for any of the videos. It's my personal research, and after trying different ones and a tiny spot on the back of the van, I decided to who's the winner and what product I'm gonna use. So I'm gonna show you in a little bit. Just remember, use gloves, latex gloves or work gloves always, protective goggles all the time, mask, respirator mask, because you're gonna be working out with chemicals and acetone and paints and stuff like that. So make sure they always wear protection, wear a hat or a bandana so you don't get messy hair, I don't know, but always be protective. So I'm gonna show you what products I'm gonna use, and yeah, and we're gonna start working. That's what we're here for, right? So these are the products that I'm gonna be using. I'm gonna be using acetone. I'm gonna be using, after testing a few of these, I found that this rust dissolver from Rust-Oleum, that's the pronunciation, is a gel one. It's not liquid. It's the one that it works the best for me. So same thing, I'm gonna rust reformer and rust filler primer to fill out. I'm gonna clean with acetone. I'm gonna have wire brush, a big one for the big job and a tiny one for little spaces. Obviously a mask, gloves, and then I'm gonna use this wire brush to work on after the product it's being applied. I have to apply this and wait about 30 minutes. I'm also gonna need a little brush to spread it out, and then I'm gonna use this abrasive wheel to go in between these lines right here. So all those are my products. Like I mentioned earlier, I'm not getting sponsored or paid by anything that you see here. But I think for the time being, if you're in a budget, this is the right way to go. And for my purpose, how I want this floor to be treated, it will be just fine. I want to spend my money in a nice body shop. So everything else, I'm gonna do it myself on a budget, obviously choosing the right products in the right way that is just fit my needs. But You can find these products in any hardware store, local hardware store, Home Depot, or whatever you are. You can find the similar products. But this is how I'm gonna work. I'm gonna show you. I did a little work on the back of the vent right here. So I used the dissolver first. I let it work. It was only right there. And then I used the wire brush. I work on it, remove everything, all the rust. I let it to clean metal. And then I spray the primer. And then now I'm gonna spray the filler. And then there is little holes right, like these ones right there, that, I don't know if you saw that one. Like you saw those little holes, I'm gonna use some filler and fill all the little holes just to be extra cautious, to avoid any moisture or water dripping, whatever it can be. Anything there's little holes, I'm gonna cover it up. But like I said before, because I'm gonna have all the insulation and the subflooring and the walls, I don't worry much to be a perfect job, you know. So overall, the floor looks really nice, considerably, like for 25 years old. And like I said in the previous episode, if you didn't watch my episode 1, there's a link up here. You can watch episode 1. All right, so I'm gonna start working and I'll film the process, and then if I found something, I'll stop my video and I'll come back to talk to you. Okay, so the first part is done. I removed a lot. Now I'm gonna do this. I don't know if I'm doing this in the right way, guys. Please leave me a comment if I'm not doing it in the right way. But what I'm gonna do it in 3 steps. So I already, I used the metal brush to clean up the big chunk of paint that were rust. Everything come out. Then I use the wire wheel, the tiny wire wheel, to remove all the dust right there. So my second step will be applying the gel and leave it activate and leave it work. It has to be working for about 30 minutes. So I'm gonna leave it there, and then I'm gonna work it again, and then I'm gonna sand it. That's the steps that I did on the back of the van, and it works just fine. And I think it will work from here. While I'm applying the gel, now first I'm gonna clean it up with acetone, all that, to remove all the residues, so make sure to do that before. In the meantime, when the gel is acting and working, I'm gonna remove the front seat, and I'm gonna remove the front carpet, because I believe there is still under this seat is a tiny bit of that little rust as well, and I'm gonna treat that, okay? So clean first the area, apply the gel, let it work and react for 30 minutes, then come back and keep attacking this with a wire wheel and repeat the process. While I do all that as well, I think I'm gonna have to run to Home Depot and get some filler, because I thought that I had it in my box and I never bought it, to cover those little holes where the floor was screw. Literally they screw it too much. I think I should name the van Screwy because it has too many screws. I don't know. So yeah, that's what I'm gonna do. It's fun, it's really fun. This is a nice project, you know. It keeps your mind occupied, keep you like, keep it fine. Makes me like happy. I can't wait to get this done. The feeling of having it nicely clean and dry for the first time into an adventure. I can't wait for that. Soon that will happen. All right, I'm gonna apply the gel and I'll get back to you soon. Actually, I will come back to you soon. I'm not returning a phone call. I didn't know what I'd say that. Okay. So it has a little smell. I apply the first coat. It says apply about like an 1/8 of an inch. So I went spraying it out, and then with the brush I was spraying it out, and with the brush I was spreading it out. All right, you got the point. Sorry for my English. I always had words with problem with some words. So the recommendation here is always test on small areas first. That's what I did yesterday in a tiny area, and it works fine, so I'm happy with it. You can see when I put it on to the rust, it react really fast, and it turned the rust in some areas like automatically like a different color right away, like a light amber, you know. And some other areas it goes like white. And when it's a specific rust that I have to sand or treat, it turns like little darker black. That's what we need to remove to prevent holes in the future. So this area is done treated right now. I have to wait 30 minutes to it. So I'm gonna finish those tiny little areas in the back and then remove these. Remember, wear a mask because it has a little smelly. You're working with like chemicals, like I said, and be safe. Always be safe when you work with this kind of stuff. Like I said, this product is Rust-Oleum Rust Dissolver, and it's a gel, and it's not that expensive. It says protect bare metal up to 12 months. Remove dust. I don't know. You can use it for tools, this type of projects, your brakes, anything that is metal. There's other products right there. There's some liquid products that you can use to bath them, but obviously it would be too expensive to put my van into a bath. But I'm gonna use that probably for the mirrors, because the mirrors I'm gonna paint it black. So, and there's rusty, so I'm gonna do that with the mirror. That will be another episode. But all right, so far so good. I already removed the front seat, and luckily for me, there is no rust. So the rust stopped right there. So I don't know if you can see how this turned black. That's where I put the liquid. That is the rust. Everything that turned black is the part that we need to remove. Good metal stays metal color. That's rust has to be removed. Paint stay the same. So luckily for me, like I said, it's only that little spot, and it's nothing damaged. Major issue. It's just all the paint that got corrosive or some kind of liquid spill, whatever. So then I have to remove that, sit, and take the carpet out. Okay, first step is done. I already cleaned the first part, and it looks cleaner. It looks very clean. I'm just going to power wash it, the whole van inside now, and then when I'll come back, I'll reapply a tiny bit more to do twice. And then remember, like I said in episode 1, make sure they have the right tools. I'm gonna use a grinder because my drill keeps running out of battery. So drill is not a good idea to use on this thing, unless if it's a plug drill. there's a battery power, it dies super fast. So I'm gonna go buy the wire wheel for my grinder, and I'm gonna finish it up with the grinder. It's way faster. I tried it out a tiny bit, way faster, but I'm gonna buy the big one. But I'm gonna power wash it first, and then I'll come back. I think this is gonna take me a couple days, not like 3-4 hours like I thought. So this video may be a series of days filmed, and we all resume it in one episode. Fine. Okay, I'm loving what I'm doing right now. It's really nice. The product works great. It works fast. I think it does a really good job with small areas like this and not too much abrasive rust. So I'm happy with the product. All right, I'm gonna power wash it and finish it. So the two products that I use is this Rust Performer. It instantly covers rust to a protected paintable surface. That's the black. And then I tried this one as a filler primer. I don't know if you can see. Filler primer. And this one is a high build formula that fills imperfections. So that's the great part. So they drive literally equal the same. So I think I have this can, it's not a big area. I think I'm gonna paint with the filler first, and then I'm gonna paint, no, the Rust Reformer first, and then I'll paint with the other one. You know, the floor isn't that bad. So this will last at least 10 years, and by then, you know, like, we may gonna have to put this in a museum, who knows. Nah, but it's fun. It's fun. All right, I'm gonna paint that, and I'll get back to you to say goodbye. Always when you paint, use a mask, N95 respirator when you're painting in little type spaces like this, but make sure they have a good ventilation, open every window, every door, just to make sure, you know, protect yourself all the time. Goggles, okay, I have my glasses, my old glasses. Gloves, I'm gonna wear my gloves right now. Always protect your body and everything when you do these type of jobs.